G'day ladies and gentlemen, Jacko G-Freak here coming at you with another brand new video today with top 10 tips to get better. If you're struggling with this game, your KD is a little bit lower than you want it to be, well, look no further than this channel because I'm going to be showing you with my years of experience since Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So 2007, how many years is that? That's 15 years? That's 15 years. Okay, 15 years of experience. We started out on the Nintendo Wii, but if there's any tips and tricks that I miss, let me know in the comment section below, and I will go over them in as best detail that I can and elaborate so then you guys can understand how to play specific maps, how to use specific guns and whatnot. Right now, we are using the, every gun in the game to get them gold and get the interstellar camo, so I have a really good knowledge on the game itself right now for Modern Warfare 3 of what guns are good on what maps, as well as the fact that, well, every map plays a little bit differently. And back, in 2009, when I was playing the absolute brains out of this game, Modern Warfare 2, the original one, these maps, I just smashed through it. So here we are on Terminal, where we go pretty good here. I think we go like a 2.5 KD, so it's some great fitting gameplay. But look, we're going to start off with number 10, controller sensitivity. Make sure it isn't too high, okay? And make sure it's also not too low. If it's too slow, you're not going to be able to turn on people. If it's too high, you're going to be missing shots at long range. So personally, I like to use just 4. Mine is at 4.4. It helps. It's what I played at a high competition at the semi-pro level, against some really talented players, as well as plenty of tournaments. Like just this weekend, I played a LAN tournament, the first one in the country, and I won it with my team. So that sensitivity is always good and handy to have, as well as the fact that turn the controller vibration off. It's going to feel a little bit weird, but vibration does affect your aim slightly. So jump into that one, as well as game settings. You can refer back to my channel for, into previous videos that I've done on the best settings to have for the game to ensure that it's smooth. Number 9, we have the R1 versus R1 and L1 versus R2 and L2 debate. If you use the triggers down the bottom to aim and, well, shoot, or do you use the top ones because they're buttons? It's a little bit of a thing where if you have a special scuff controller or a controller mods controller, well, what you can do is you can map those buttons so then they feel better. So when you may not have to press the trigger down as far. It's only halfway, and then it activates as soon as it feels any sort of pressure on it. If you have a stock dual shock, well, you may want to consider doing the R1, L1 strategy for aim down sight and shooting as well. But look, I prefer to use R2 and L2 down the bottom. I've always loved that. I probably always will stick with that. And generally over the years I've had scuffs and everything. Right now I use the stock dual shock controller, and it's great. Invest in some good peripherals, such as the back buttons and a decent headset. Turtle Beach Stealth 400s were almost my favorite affordable budget headset. They're wireless as well, and the back buttons on the controllers are always a necessity pretty much. Now jumping into tip number 8, choose the right gun for the right map. When it comes to like Terminal, you want a medium to long range gun because you've got so many lines of sight. It's kind of open. You have the hall, you have the plane, you have out the back part where security is and through library and stuff. It's not really close quarters to a degree. It's a medium sized map. But before you jump into the games, make sure you use the right guns. This game is very AR heavy dominant, and you want to be making sure that you're using an AR, I guess, on most maps. But some maps you can get away with using an SMG and jumping into that. So make sure to choose the right gun, and you'll be ahead of the competition that way. Now, number 7, stay away from the middle of the map. Don't jump into the middle of the map, whatever you do. There's so many lines of sights. It's just crazy. There's too many angles. It gets way too overwhelming, and the people can just shoot you from anywhere, and you cannot defend yourself. Like, yeah, the time to kill is a little bit more, but you're going to be absolutely getting shit on. Now, picture what... See, this is what I taught my friends as well, is that picture a U-shape on the map, okay? You want to be going up the sides. You want to be coming back through where you spawn and back up the other side and just keep doing the U. Literally keep looping back, side, back, like a pendulum, the way it swings. You want to be doing that, paying attention to the mini-map as well. You want to be paying attention to the mini-map. Right here, you can see I just die. Anyway, whatever. Not really a good example, but I spawn back in at C. I attack sprint really hard, and I hold that line. I check that line of sight before I go. I don't check eskies because I don't have an angle on me, but I go straight to the top here. I look at the front of the plane. I know that someone's below me. No, I don't. They're capping B, and I just peek my head over the top. Okay, I'm just holding it. I'm probably over peaking a little bit too much here. I know they're capping B. They're going to run off it, but it's all about understanding minimap awareness. So I'm aiming there. I'm pre-aiming. I'm making sure I go back to the safety of my teammates. I lay down and I see my teammates to the left. So I kind of want to use him to get baited. So don't be afraid to bait your teammates. Minimap awareness and understanding where you spawn is absolutely crucial. The next one is don't seek revenge. If you see some burger in like some head glitch spot, don't keep challenging it. If you die to it the first time, then you're like, okay, no worries. Try hit a different angle. Reposition. Okay, no one's going to bag you out for repositioning. Always reposition. Seek advantage on the spots. Okay, you want to give yourself the best possibility to take out the enemy by taking in the least amount of damage. So then you can actually start stringing together more than 1 kill. Get 2 kills, 3 kills in a row in the feed. So make sure to not rush. Now the next one is try not to be a sitting duck. So keep moving. Like Shotzzy and Abeezy from the Call of Duty League do this really well from Optic and FaZe. They move around a lot. Put your streaks on. So I'm always moving. I'm always rotating around the map. I'm always staying elusive. So when you get 1 kill, you bail immediately. And people are like, oh, well, he was here. And then they come there and then you shoot him from a different spot. And then they did that again. And they call out to their teammates. And you're just being everywhere. And it's a nuisance to kill and come across. But look, the next thing as well is that it can become a little bit demotivating as well if you can't get these score streaks when you set them. They're a little bit too high. So set achievable score streaks, okay? Chuck them on. Make sure you've got the right ones on. For me, I haven't rocked any lethals at all since the game came out. I've been rocking UAV, counter UAV, and advanced UAV purely because I'm going for these gold camos. I want to see where people are so I can get just gun kills. My KD has been tanking. I had a 1.6. Now it's down to like a 1.4. So it's not really the craziest KD, but considering that I've been smashing camos and everything like that, using really shit guns like SMGs in this game are like pretty dog, especially on the long range maps. Well, considering I've done that, I've kept a pretty decent KD, so I'll take that. Now, getting into the final 3 tips, make sure to let me know if there's anything here that has helped you guys so far and something that I've brought up that you haven't thought of before. So now getting stuck into number 3, if you're losing long range fight, just back down, reposition. Try running assault gloves as well. Assault gloves is a perk which helps you flinch. Chuck that on there. But see how I string together these kills, these 3 kills just like that? That was actually 4 kills. I was making sure I repositioned. You lay down when you're reloading. Never tack sprinting around the corner. Never ever tack sprint around a corner, okay? Unless you know your teammates are there. Because it's so hard to pull your gun up in tack sprint. I only do the regular sprint. Now I know someone's to my left here and I edge it. I ADS it and I have the peeker's advantage. I know that person's going to come around and sprint like a peanut. So I just read them like a book in the library, coincidentally, out of all places on the terminal. But if you're losing those long-range gunfights, just back down, reposition, and run those assault gloves. Number 2, use a silencer. It doesn't hinder anything. Doesn't hinder anything. It's great. You chuck a silencer on, and it doesn't... no range. Doesn't hinder range, doesn't hinder anything. It's just sound suppression. So chuck that on, okay? It's great. First time Call of Duty's ever done that, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it, baby. So let's go, baby. Let's go. Now, the last, but not the least one, because I'm sure that we're gonna have more tips to show later in next videos coming up. But practice on aim labs for the aim. If you're struggling with aim, jump onto Aim Labs, which is a computer software program where you can practice your aim and everything like that, as well as jump into the bots. If you don't have Aim Labs, jump into a private match, load up with the bots, get them, on the headshot settings, change the settings around, make sure to practice on the headshots, and then you can really understand where to aim for. You see, with this Call of Duty, you kind of want to aim center mass. Center mass is like torso up, because if you aim at the head, if they shoot you, your gun may kick up and it will miss bullets on their head. So you just want to be careful with that one. But thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We just dropped the 30 bomb, 9 deaths. We popped off just then in terminal. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure to let me know what tips you guys like the most. And if I'm missing anything, I can expand on those ones. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember to be safe, stay strong. As always, boom, baby. Peace!